journalist in the Gambia, I think there are a lot of challenges that we've been facing in the past years.
Hi, my name is Fatmata Sise. I attended a training at Sahel Films Academy on investigative journalism.
During the training, we were able to learn so many things that included what journalism and investigative journalism is truly all about.
I am here as a mentor at the Investigative Journalism Training.
Some of the things I learned was access to information.
In this training, we covered a few topics regarding access to information, holding governments to account, as well as investigative journalism and a little bit on documentaries.
And this training was quite an educative one. Based on the training, I understand that investigative journalism can mean uncovering and presenting hidden information.
During the training, I've learned 5 tips of interviews and data as well. I have also learned about open and transparent government.
During this training, I learned how to use data investigative journalism.
One thing that I learned about the training is how to conduct a good interview.
We also learned the steps that are involved in making interviewing, that is the researching, visiting the place, recording, transcribing.
During the training, I learned how to become a journalist, what it takes to be a good journalist, how to do an investigative story, access information, how to get data, and how to use technology in the current generation.
This information will help me conduct my story on maternal health, and I'm looking forward to doing my work.
For my investigative report, I want to write about the rise in female genital mutilation during the COVID-19 pandemic.
So I want to use it to make a research on the topic food safety.
The topic that I want to investigate on is the government owed to the university, which is causing so many challenges in universities providing the services that they are supposed to provide for the students.
And with these tools, I would do an investigative story on children that are begging in the streets.
And I chose a topic on rights of the disabled to hold government accountable for the violation of the rights of the disabled.
I will use those tips to do an investigative story on issues affecting the public in strengthening government accountability in the Gambia.
One of the challenges we face is access to information. In accessing information in the country, you will feel like journalists have been oppressed, journalists have been denied information that might hold your government accountable.
You cannot force a public official to give you information. You cannot. It's not even in the information bill. What you can do is use legal means. You can use legal means. But we have seen experiences in other countries. Like a journalist told us during our IRI training that he had won a case to access certain information, data from a certain public institution. They are still refusing to give it to him, despite the fact that the court have ruled in his favor. So this is what I am saying. Again, even if we have this bill, we should not just sit and think everything will be there, ready-made. No, it would not be, and it would never be.
I believe the rise in FGM is also lack of access to information.
The access to information bill was clearly defined to us, and then what it is meant to address. And then the discussion that we have with the mentors, they highlighted some of the challenges that they are facing, that the access to information, if passed, could address some of those problems.
Recently, the access to information bill was passed to the National Assembly. Still nothing is being done, which is an alarming call for every journalist in the country.
Journalism is the fourth arm of government. It's there to be the voice to the voiceless, and it is there to make investigation on issues that could bring positive change.
That is why if you are a journalist, you have all the right reserved to hold the government accountable. And government should not frustrate you to say, why do you need this information? Anything you see or any government office you see was established by the Constitution. So your role was established by the Constitution. This is how the citizens should do. They should hold the government accountable. They should preserve the integrity of the nation. They should ensure that they contribute to the immense development of the country. How many citizens knows this?
My investigative report will strengthen government accountability in the Gambia.
My report will help strengthen government accountability in the Gambia.